take us through the report?
It's me, Chair. Mr. Biela,
Okay.
Chair.
Mr. Biela, you can take the floor.
Maybe Chairperson, just quickly, if I can just read out the apologies, Chairperson, before Mr. Biela can take the committee through. We've got about 2 apologies, Chairperson, just as a form of formality. It's Ms. Komane and Ms. Manel indicated that she will join, and perhaps she might not be able to join also as well. There's also challenges of network, Chair, from Mr. Chebekul. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, honorable members and the Chair and colleagues. We're gonna start with the Public Service and Administration report. We will deal mostly with the observations and recommendations, but for the comfort of the members, we will start from page 1. If they have things to indicate for correction, they may raise them as we go through. So we're on page 1 of the report now. If there's anything, the members will just speak, because I'm not seeing the platform. It's opaque now because I'm on the report. So the members may just speak as they feel they should. Thank you very much. We are on page 1. Page 2.
No,
Sorry, Damlu.
Yes.
The report is not showing, Honorable Chair.
Oh, man, I'm so. Yeah. So I must go to share screen. Sorry. I'm so sorry, honorable members. Is it up now?
Yes, it is.
Yes, I can see it.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're on page 1. Page 2. Three. 4. Page 5. Page 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. There we go, honorable members. We are on page 19, section 10. That's the crux of the matter for our meeting today. The observations and key findings are as follows. The committee 10.1, the committee noted and welcomed the annual performance plans 22-23 of the Department of Public Service and Administration and the Center for Public Service Innovation. The APPs reaffirm the department's mandate to implement and coordinate interventions aimed at achieving professional, ethical, and development-oriented public service. Let's see. Yeah. And capable to deliver on the objectives of the National Development Plan 2030, and with the center facilitating and replicating new innovations to improve service delivery.
Sorry, Chair.
Yes.
Mr. Biela, is it possible to enlarge? The writing is so small.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you, Honorable KB. Yeah, I think it's much better, Honorable KB.
Yes, it is. Thanks, Mr. Biela.
Thank you very much, ma'am. 10.2, the committee noted the developments towards amending the Public Service Act of '94, which among others seeks to transfer powers of the human resource management from the executive authority to the accounting officers. The committee acknowledged the delays caused by the stakeholders in the consultation process to finalize amendments to the Public Service Act. 10.3, the committee acknowledged that across the public service, there is a lack of standardization and public service regulations are not complied with. Productivity in the public service is low, and public service is seen as being unresponsive to the demands of citizens. 10.4, the department has developed guidelines for lifestyle audits in the public service by March 2021. The committee was not pleased with the progress thus far due to a lack of uniformity in terms of implementation among government departments. The committee was anticipating that lifestyle audits guidelines being watertight about employees living beyond their means, with consideration given to employees who inherit financial and property benefits from parents or other benefactors. Let's see, it seems not, the committee was anticipating that lifestyle audit guidelines would be, I'm sorry for that, honourable members, would be watertight about employees living beyond their means, with consideration given to employees who inherit financial and property benefits.
Can I interject, Mr. Biela?
Yes, Honorable Kiwi.
On 10.1, the committee was anticipating. Okay, no, it's okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Because I wanted to check whether can't we say the committee anticipated
Oh, okay.
lifestyle audit.
Okay. Let's go to 10.5. The department launched the Public Administration Ethics, Integrity and Disciplinary Technical Assistance Unit, established to improve ethical and anti-corruption policy, to strengthen also the ethical infrastructure, discipline management, and synchronization of all three levels of public administration. The committee was concerned about the impact of the new unit in tackling corruption and improving discipline management in the public administration. A debate persists around its independence and whether it is well placed within the DPSA rather than positioned in the Public Service Commission, even as it was established through the PEM Act. Let's go to 10.6. The committee welcomed and noted the development of job competency framework in the public service, together with the outline on the occupational dictionary. The committee anticipated that the occupational dictionary would prevent maladministration in job adverts for senior management positions designed to fit a particular candidate. 10.7, the committee was satisfied with the department's clarification pertaining to the Constitutional Court judgment in relation to Section 38(2)B of the Public Service Act concerning unilateral deductions on employees' overpayments by the state without their consent, which was ruled unconstitutional. The committee was relieved that the department is making efforts to amend the Section 38 so that it is constitutional and in good practice. 10.8, the committee welcomed the minister's announcement that government is embarking on a process of aligning bargaining processes with the season of wage negotiations in the public sector. Also, it welcomed the near conclusion process of wage negotiations for the 22-23 financial year, set before the end of June 2022. 10.9, the department plans to revise the human resource management and development strategy, which was lastly revised in 2002. 10.10, the committee was satisfied with the department's strides to reach employment of persons living with disabilities, which is presently at 2.56%. At 10.11, with regard to employment of women in senior management position, the committee notes that the department is lagging behind as it is at 43.2% by December 2021. 10.12, the department continues to lead in digital transformation in the public service, but business operations model has to be geared towards modernization of its business by developing new digital innovations to transform administration of government services, such as paperless to digital services. 10.18, departments are sitting with a huge caseload of disciplinary matters whilst government loses millions of rent on suspended employees getting paid whilst at home. 10.14, the department will be conducting research study on the state of public service delivery. The committee welcomes the research study, which aims at comparing international countries which have digitized their e-services to be responsive to the needs of the citizens. The committee noted that the department is currently working with State Information Technology Agency on business process modernization. Let's go to the CPSI. 10.15. The CPSI has to derive value for money concerning the knowledge platforms like the annual Public Sector Innovation Conference and webinars, as well as the innovation and design thinking workshops. 16. The committee noted the impact of the Vulamanzi water filtering system towards helping communities with clean water. 10.17. The committee noted challenges the center is confronted with regarding the capacity constraints in the institution, as well as insufficient budget to drive innovation in the public service. Yeah, then we go to section 11, which is recommendations. The portfolio committee recommends that the Department of Public Service and Administration undertake the following activities. 11.1, fast tracking the amendments to all due legislation earlier than 2023 to ensure that all administrative management and governance systems are streamlined. This will give Parliament ample time to finalize its legislation within its term. 11.2, amending the Public Service Act of 94 should include the establishment of the roles and responsibilities of the head of administration as one of the interventions and encapsulated in the National Development Plan to manage career incidences of heads of department and other senior positions. 11.3, the department should also finalize the second phase of regulations on the Public Administration Act of 2014 in order to give effect to comprehensive implementation of the Act. The department should therefore report on these activities at the latest by March 2023. That's what we're trying to say. Enforce the implementation of the public service regulations across the public service to ensure uniformity and standardization of government administrative business process. The department should strengthen its monitoring capacity to monitor and enforce laws relating to sound administration and governance in order to make government responsive. 11.5, the department should develop similar time frame with the financial disclosure framework on the lifestyle audits. Financial disclosure framework and lifestyle audits should complement each other in order to address reluctance or slow pace of conducting lifestyle audits in the public service, which include the other organs of state. 11.6, the department should provide more resources to the Public Administration Ethics Integrity and Disciplinary Technical Assistance Unit established to improve ethical and anti-corruption activities in the public administration. The TAU should be an independent body responsible for fighting corruption and assisting government. Departments who are unable to finalize disciplinary cases within the 60 or the 90 days period. The period is divided into two: 60 days for levels, salary levels 2 to 12, and then the 90 days is for salary levels 13 to 16. 11.7, regarding the finalization of disciplinary cases within the timeline of 90 days and some suspensions taking longer than 60 days without holding disciplinary hearings, the committee requested the department to constantly monitor the trends in the departments and in provinces. Moreover, it must assist struggling government departments who are unable to resolve disciplinary cases within the required stipulated period. The TAU should play its role in this regard. 11.8, government as an employer and public service coordinating bargaining council should swiftly finalize wage negotiations for the 22-23 financial year to avoid delaying the process, which impacts on the morale of the public servants. Government should adopt a new approach of wage negotiation for the forthcoming years in order to incorporate salary adjustments in the tabling of the national budget by the Minister of Finance. 11.9, the committee urged the department to improve the targets urgently whenever there are funded positions in senior management. I'm not sure what we The committee asked the department to improve the targets urgently whenever they have funded position. Let's take this under advisement, honorable members. We may have to revise it or remove it. When revising the human resource management and development strategy, the department should consult with organized labor about the strategy before presenting it to cabinet. 11.11, the department is asked to improve targets in all programs towards youth mainstreaming. 11.12, the department has to strengthen its monitoring to ensure all government departments are guided by the job competency framework and occupational dictionary. For the Center of Public Service Innovation, 11.13, the center should develop innovative solutions to assist government to accelerate service delivery and replication where necessary, and to hand over such solutions to the relevant departments for further implementation or replication. The center should derive value for money concerning the knowledge platforms like the annual Public Service Innovation Conference and webinars. The innovation solution discovered should assist government departments in unblocking service delivery challenges. The center should assist the Department of Public Service and Administration in developing innovative solutions to digitize government administration business model from manual administration business process. Can say from manual business process. Replicating the Vulamanzi Innovation Project areas affected by floods in KZN would help with the challenge of unclean water and to combat diseases. The center has to improve and strengthen stakeholder management to ensure that discovered innovation solutions are being replicated and utilized once handed over to the relevant government departments. The center has to play a role in assisting the Department of Public Service and Administration by developing innovative solutions to digitize most of the administration business process, by moving away from manual application forms to paperless application, especially with regard to human resource business operations. I'm sorry, honorable members, as we go along editing, sometimes when some computers, when we save, they still go back to what was corrected. I'm so sorry about that. Then we have the conclusion. The Department of Public Service and Administration and its entities play a crucial role in building a state that is capable of realizing developmental and transformative agenda. Professionalizing the public service remains an integral part of the department through reskilling and retraining of the public servants. The NDP highlights the key areas that the department must focus on, such as stabilizing the political administrative interface and making the public service as a carrier of choice. The department's strategic plan and annual performance plan are aligned towards achieving the goals and aspirations of the NDP. The portfolio committee noted the progress made in implementing and coordinating interventions aimed at achieving an efficient, effective, and development-oriented public service. The CPSI also plays a crucial role as a catalyst for radical transformation through developing innovation solutions to the public service sector challenges. There you go, honorable members. Thank you. Back to you, Chair.
Okay, honorable members, there is the report. Are you happy? If you are happy, can I get a mover for the adoption of this report?
Honorable Chair,
Hello?
my hand is up. May I? I just wanted Mr. Mwebe to go back to where he highlighted somewhat and check.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Through you, I've removed the recommendation because it didn't make sense. I'm not sure what we were trying to mean, but I think it crept through when we were doing the editing. Unless Honorable Kibi wanted to refine it.
No, Mr. Mwebe, I was just speaking because to me it was also not really making sense. I was about to say we can remove it.
Yes, yeah. Yes, I agree with you, Honorable Kibi. We have removed it.
Honorable Chair, in the event of any body raising maybe something about the report, now from my side, I think I'm comfortable, I'm happy about the report and the recommendations as well. They've covered everything that we said as the committee. I therefore move for the adoption of this report. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Kibi. Any seconder to Honorable Kibi?
Chairman Tuli, I second Honorable Kibi.
Thank you. That report is now adopted.
Good morning, Chairperson.
Morning.
Yes, sir. Please note that the DA reserves its right in terms of adoption of the report.
Okay, that will be noted.
Honorable Chairperson,
Yes.
please note the objection of the EFF.
That will be noted. Thank you. Can you take us to the next report?
Yes, Honorable Chair. Let's leave on this one.
Mercy, can you lower my hand? I'm trying to lower it, but it's still showing.
Yes, ma'am.
Enough. I'm not sure whether we're up on your side, honorable members.
Yes,
yes, you are up.
Thank you so much. Yes. Yeah, we are dealing now with the National School of Government. We are on page 1. It's too big. sorry. Yeah, page 1. Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. And then 12, which is what we are about. We come to the observations for the vote 7, the National School of Government. We read 8.1. The committee noted and welcomed the annual performance plan 22-23 of the National School of Government. The APP contextualizes the work of the NSG, which aims to strengthen state capacity and building a professional, capable, ethical and developmental state through education, training and development. There was a budget ceiling 8.2 on compensation of employees in the National School of Government. However, the committee was concerned about the filling of vacancies in spite of the decision. I'm not sure whether we say in spite of the decision or in what's the correct word, honorable members. I'm not feeling comfortable, but there was a decision to stop to cap the vacancies at a particular point, whereas the school had those vacancies, but they couldn't be filled because the budget on compensation was going beyond the level it should. So I'm not sure if we putting it correctly when we say the committee was concerned about the filling of vacancies in spite of the decision. My concern is in spite of, maybe there's a very relevant phrase we can use there, or we can come back to it later. The members may mull on it now for the time being. Let's go to 8.3. The NS.
Chair.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Honorable.
But I don't know in terms of rephrasing, but yes, the committee did have the concern on this one.
Yeah, Honor. Thank you so much. 8.3, the NSG played a pivotal role in the development of the draft national implementation frameworks towards the professionalization of the public service. The committee noted the progress made whereby the school facilitated the public consultations on and peer review of the framework in order to finalize recommendation to Cabinet for the adoption of a final framework. The committee welcomed the announcement that professionalization of the public service will introduce a cost layer that deals with the consequence management. 8.4, the NSG will be launching the executive education programs in the 22-23 financial year. The committee noted a high rate on Nugela program uptake since it was introduced as a mandatory training program for all senior management. The school had enrolled a total of 11,668 public servants for the course, and 6,893 had successfully completed. More public servants are encouraged to enroll for the program in order to prepare them for future responsibility in senior management. 8.6. With regards to the ethics course, the committee noted the progress made by the school in training a total of 15,834 and 15,473 learners completing the course. However, the committee has emphasized the importance of conducting an impact evaluation on the outcomes of the training courses more than the uptake numbers. The committee noted 8.7. The committee noted that training courses and program offerings have been tailored around a new hybrid model in order to attract more public servants in all corners of the country. 8.8. The committee still had concerns with the school's funding model. Revenue generation is always inadequate. 8.9. The committee was concerned about the impact of global warming and the inadequacy of early warning systems. We can now go to recommendations, which is section 9. The portfolio committee recommends that the National School of Government undertake the following. The school should develop a fully fledged funding model to maintain the self-generated income, self-generated income through the trading account. The NSG should provide the committee with an update by November 2022. Since this is a concern of the committee concerning the model. The NSG should move with speed towards the execution of the National Implementation Framework on the professionalization of public service once Cabinet approves it. The NSG, together with the Department of Public Service Administration, should ensure that all government departments and entities abide by the framework. 9.3, the NSG should provide its trainees with qualification or a certificate after having enrolled and completed training courses, even as balance must be struck between education and training being certification driven, more so than imparting impactful knowledge to the public servants. The NSG 9.4 should conduct impact evaluation of its training programs to measure the efficacy and application of knowledge with the aim of improving performance. 9.5, the NSG should create awareness campaigns on the Nugela program annually in order to attract young people employed in both public and private sector aspiring to consider public service as a career of choice. The school, 9.6, the school should offer mostly accredited courses so that full recognition is afforded to employees being trained so that they have opportunities for development and promotion. 9.7, the school should consider, where possible, to offer most of its training courses through e-learning platforms as part of modernizing its business and saving costs on the logistics such as venues. The school has to devise a strategy to attract public servants to enroll for online courses. The school has to approach all data network companies to donate data for NSG courses to be offered on a zero-rated basis. Zero-rated data for training courses will assist the school to attract more public servants to enroll for training and development interventions that will assist government officials to learn, serve, and grow. The committee was of the opinion was of the firm view that virtual learning platforms will reduce logistical costs of the NSG and other government departments. Due to global warming, the school was urged to conceptualize courses on climate change in order to empower the public service to respond to natural disasters. Section 10, the National School of Government continues to roll out courses and training programs relevant to government officials from entry level to senior management and the executive. Education, training, and development programs offered by the school assist officials to enhance performance and contribute towards a professional, capable and ethical public administration. The NSG should play a leading role and be a leading institution within the ecosystem of public sector education, training, and development. Repositioning of the NSG to be leading in terms of education, training, and development requires a sustainable funding model in order to keep it afloat. There you go, honorable members. Through you, Chair, I'm handing back to you, sir.
Honorable members, can I get a mover for the adoption of this report?
Chair, Honorable Ntuli, I move for the adoption of the report of NSG.
Thank you, Honorable Nduli. Any seconder to Honorable Nduli?
Good morning, Chair and honorable members. I second the Honorable Ntuli.
Thank you.
Honorable Chair,
Yes.
noted the objection of the economic freedom fighters. Thank you.
That will be noted. Thank you.
Modulas Tulo, please note that the DA reserves its rights in terms of the adoption of this report. Thank you.
Thank you. Your reservation will be noted. Can we move to the next report?
Thank you, honorable members and Chair. We now go to the Public Service Commission. I hope we are up on your side, honorable members.
Nothing as yet, Damlu.
Eh?
It's not showing, Damlu.
It's not showing. Oh. Let's see. I hope it is now.
There's nothing here.
Still
Not
nothing.
yet.
Not yet. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Let's see.
There you go.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, we are on the Public Service Commission now. Page 1. To 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then we're halting on page 16, observations and findings. So these were the identified observations and findings, honorable members. 5.1, the committee noted and welcomed the annual performance plan 22-23 of the Public Service Commission. The strategic plan covers most of the functions of the Commission as encapsulated in Section 196 of the Constitution. The committee further noted that the PSC's strategic focus is mainly a contribution towards building a responsive, ethical, and value-driven public service that responds timeously, efficiently, and effectively to the needs of citizens. 5.2, over the past years, the PSC used to receive its budget through transfer from the Department of Public Service and Administration, this budget vote. As much as the committee welcomed the government's decision to grant the full budget vote status as part of reinstating its independence from the executive. Oh, sorry, this should be one sentence or one, yeah. As much as the committee welcomed the government's decision to grant the full budget vote status as part of reinstating its independence from the executive. The committee is or was of the view that the PSC budget should be located within the budget vote of Parliament in order to restore its independence from the executive, since it is still depending on the Minister of Public Service and Administration to argue their budget before the MINCOMBAT, which is the Ministerial Committee on Budget, and in Cabinet. 5.3, the committee noted the PSC's initiative on the legislative reform project, intending to introduce to Parliament a bill that will allow the Commission to be supported by a secretariat that is independent of government in order to strengthen its independence. Currently, the Director General of the PSC is appointed through Section 12 of the Public Service Act 94, thus making him or her part of employees of the public service, under the public service. Appointment of the PSC Director General through the Public Service Act and participation in the FOSAD structure compromise the independence of the Commission. 5.4. The committee further noted the existing vacancies of the commissioners at the national, sorry, we removed this. Okay, maybe we can leave it because there's still one vacant post at the national office. The committee further noted the existing vacancies of the commissioners at the national office and in Mpumalanga and Gauteng provinces. The committee was wary of Section 32A of the Public Service Commission Amendment Act 97, which stipulates that such posts be filled, should be filled within a 60-day period. In fact, it's a 90-day period, sorry. Before they become available, they become vacant, sorry. Because it's before, 90 days before they become vacant, not after. Thank you, honourable members. The committee is was concerned about the Mpumalanga PSC commissioner post, which took longer to be filled, and encouraged the Mpumalanga and Gauteng legislatures to fast track their recruitment process to be in line with Section 3.2 of the Act. 5.5, the PSC capacity in the provincial offices needs to be, the PSC's capacity in the provincial offices needs to be reinforced, as each province is allocated staff complement of 10 employees to cover the work of provincial departments. Provincial departments are responsible for the implementation of government policies and programs, and it is where service delivery suffers. Therefore, 10 staff members per provincial PSC is not sufficient. Are not sufficient to investigate, monitor, and evaluate the provincial programs. 5.6, the PSC footprint in the rural areas has been on the spotlight, particularly in monitoring government facilities, that is through service delivery inspections, providing services in the rural towns. The PSC was urged to be more visible through service delivery inspections in the rural areas in order to be visible to communities receiving government services. 5.7, the PSC together with the committee has to devise a strategy to ensure that specific recommendations emanating from the Commission's reports are tabled in the National Assembly. I remove this. For debating and processing. Tabling of the reports in the National Assembly will assist the PSC in the implementation of the recommendations and follow through. And therefore, follows through. Sorry about that, honourable members. Portfolio committees concerned can also get an opportunity to acquaint themselves with these recommendations, so that it is not the sole responsibility of the committee, this one, to interrogate, monitor, and follow up on these recommendations. I think that was a strong recommendation from one of the members. The committee, in its analysis of the annual performance plan, identified an anomaly in terms of the PSC spending. 75% of budget allocated mainly spending on compensation of employees. The PSC is a knowledge-based institution that attracts highly specialized individuals with relatively scarce skills to be able to assist the institution to pursue its mandate of investigating, monitoring, and evaluating, as well as research. However, the core mandate of the PSC must not suffer as a result. because 25% is left for the core mandate. The committee was concerned about 25% of budget allocated to execute the PSC mandate in terms of achieving planned targets. With this limited budget on PSC projects, the committee was sorry. I'm sorry about that. With this limited budget to PSC projects, the committee was of the view that the PSC would not be able to cover all aspects as expected. Yes, Honorable KB.
I'm checking 5.9 and 5.8.
Yes.
Can we check?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Maybe in terms of making it one recommendation, or
okay, so we can merge. Okay. You propose that we merge, Honorable.
that is what I think.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
it's almost the same thing.
Yes, I'm agreeing also with you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's come to section 6. The Portfolio Committee recommends that the Public Service Commission undertakes the following activities. 6.1. The PSC should speed up the finalization of the legislative reform project, which seeks to allow the institution to be supported by the Secretariat, independent of government. In fact, we should say independent of the executive. The executive. In order to strengthen the commission, especially when the commission has acquired back the status of a fully fledged budget vote. 6.2, the PSC should consult with the speakers of the provincial legislatures on a continuous basis to discuss the work of the PSC, which includes fast tracking of appointments of the commissioners within a required time frame, Section 32A of the Public Service Commission Act of 97. The 6.3, the PSC should review its organizational structure with the intention of strengthening capacity in the provincial legislatures and the provincial offices in order to cover a wide spectrum of provincial departments, as well as making an impact to the citizens in the provinces. The PSC 6.4 should, through its service delivery inspections, expand its reach of monitoring government facilities in all sectors in the semi-rural and rural provinces. There are various government departments, facilities that require extensive monitoring in order to deliver effective and quality services to citizens. So the expansion will work towards that. And 6.5 is for the committee. The committee must devise a workable strategy to ensure that tabled commission's reports are debated in the National Assembly and in the legislatures as part of entrenching a culture of accountability by the executive authority. 6.6, Parliament should reconsider the CADASMAL recommendations of proposing the relocation of budget allocations of institutions supporting democracy from national departments to the budget vote of Parliament, which is consistent with the notion of giving effect to the financial independence of the ISDs as a marker for constitutional independence. And then we conclude, honorable members, the independence of the Public Service Commission will reaffirm its powers and enable it to perform its functions without fear, favor, or prejudice in the interest of the maintenance of effective and efficient public administration. Therefore, the committee supports the recommendation of PSC budget allocation to be part of Parliament's budget vote in order to restore its independence. As much as the Commission accounts to the Portfolio Committee on Public Service Administration, the PSC conducts investigations, monitoring and evaluation in a widespread spectrum in various government departments, and there are reports that necessarily do not fall within the mandate of the committee. Therefore, if tabled reports can be debated in the National Assembly and legislatures, this will assist with the implementation of the recommendations by various government departments, even a follow-up by portfolio committees as well. Thank you, honorable members. I hand back to you, Chairperson.
Thank you. Can I get a mover for this report?
Honorable
mover.
Chair.
The option?
Honorable Chair.
Yes, Honorable Kibi.
I am not sure, Honorable Chair. I think there was somewhere where there was a problem with the phrasing of the sentence. Or
Oh, yes, yes.
I think we should go back to that one.
I think it was
under observation.
On the observation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check 5.2.
Okay. I'm just thinking now on top of my head that it was the DPSA one, not this one.
So we corrected it.
No, we didn't, Honorable KB. We just left as it was. We forgot to go back to it. It was on TPSA. Maybe I can go back to it.
Okay.
Or we finish with this one, then we go back to that one.
Honorable Chair.
Yes, Honorable Kibi.
Yeah, I think we must go back to that one after we finish this one, because we've already agreed on that report, just to correct that one sentence there. For this one, Honorable Chair, I move for the adoption of this report. I think.
Thank you. Can we go back to the corrections first and correct what is need to be corrected?
Chair, can I second Honorable Kibi on this one for the adoption?
Okay, noted.
Chair.
Chairperson.
Hello?
Honorable Chair.
Yes, I can hear you, Honorable Mtsipe.
Yes, please note the objection of the economic freedom fighters. Thank you.
That will be noted. Hello?
Era. Please note that the DA reserves its rights in terms of the adoption of this report. Thank you very much.
That will be noted as well. Thank you.
Chairperson.
Hello?
Yeah, it's Honorable Maglua, Chair.
Yes.
Chair, my apologies. I just want to raise something. I've noted in this report, there are a number of acronyms and abbreviations. I would like to put it, Chair, that we have to consider for future reports to have a footnote explaining all these acronyms and abbreviations for ease of reference, and also for someone else who read this report to have an understanding of these acronyms. Thank you, Chair.
Noted.
So we dispose of this one, and then we can go back to the DPSA one. Let's see. Yeah, through you, Chair, let's go to that paragraph of concern. That's the DPSA. Julius, you will also indicate where it is.
Yeah, I'm trying to check as well, Damlu. If I remember, it was I don't know. It's NSG. I think it's NSG on the ceiling, the 3%, the ceiling, the compensation of employee ceiling, Damlu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Honorable Kibi was right.
Yeah,
I think
it's on NSG. I think it's NSG second recommendation.
Okay.
Chair, on the NSG one, it was around the concern of the high rate of vacancies that the committee had a concern on that one, but we were not quite sure of the phrasing.
Phrasing, yes.
I
yes,
thought yes. I thought maybe Mr. Ngwepe was going to rephrase it, but in terms of the content, it was correct.
Yeah, it's Mr. Biel on the platform, but we'll help each other.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, Mr. Biela, can we go back there?
Yes, I'm trying that, Chair. Yeah, it was 8.2. It read as follows. There was a budget ceiling on compensation of employees in the National School of Government. However, the committee was concerned about the filling of vacancies in spite of the decision.
Is that one?
Yes.
You were looking for
that one.
suitable English word.
Yes. or if we, because the idea was to say the committee was concerned about the filling of vacancies because of this decision. The committee would.
Can you project it? We don't see anything there. I mean, on the screen.
Is it not on the screen? Okay.
No, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it is not on the screen.
Okay, let me try. Share. The screen is elusive now. I'm trying to find it. Okay, I found it now. Is it showing on your side, honorable members?
Not yet, Tamlu.
Oh, no.
Still, okay. Yeah. I hope it's there now.
Yes, it is there.
Yes. Yeah. The paragraph was 8.2. It says there was a budget ceiling on compensation of employees in the National School of Government. However, the committee was concerned about the ceiling, the filling of vacancies in spite of the decision.
It doesn't make sense.
Or as we should say, the committee was of the view that the filling of vacancies should continue in spite of the decision. Maybe that would sound better. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Continue with the feeling of
Yes. Of the view. Say crucial. Yeah, let's read it again. The committee was of the view that crucial vacancies should be filled in spite of the decision. I think that it sounds much better now.
Yes, that's now proper.
Yes, thank you, honorable members and chair. So we are done on my part because we already adopted this vote.
Yes.
Thank you, Chair.
Can we move to the next?
Okay, Chair. Is myself on the platform now? I'm trying to. I'm trying to get the report, Chairperson. I don't know, I've opened a lot of things, that's why I can't find the report, but let me try to sort myself out. Okay, thanks, Chairperson, and good morning, honorable members and colleagues. Before you is the report on Statistics South Africa. I will go page by page. If there's any corrections, members will shout. Page 2. And then page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. 7 on the table on the budget allocations. And then
Sorry, Julian.
okay.
Have you double checked on the numbers?
Yeah, no, the numbers. Yeah, the numbers. Yeah, the numbers, we are quite correct about the numbers. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we were working with Mr. Biela, so we normally double check the numbers together.
Okay.
Yeah. And then page 8. And page 9.
Can you just enlarge it, please?
Okay. I'm trying to enlarge it here, but my computer does not want to minimize it. Okay, I got it and just disappeared. Okay. Oh. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better. Thanks.
Okay. We're on page 10. Page 11, I'll just move a little bit fast. We're on page 12. And then you're on page 13. Page 14. 15. And then 16, that's where the observation start, honorable chair and honorable members. I'll go like as Mr. Biela has already done. In the portfolio committee observed the following matters in relation to the budget vote 14 of the Statistics South Africa. The committee noted and considered a Statistics South Africa annual performance plan for 2022-2023 financial year. The committee welcomed the annual performance plan as it encompasses the mandate of the Stats SA with clear targets and indicators. 8.2, the historical budget shortfall or resource constraints negatively impacting on the Statistics South Africa's ability to attain its set objective has been addressed by the National Treasury. An additional budget of 44.1 million has been allocated in 2022-2023 financial year, and 132.3 million over the medium term to address historical shortfall on compensation of employees. This means moratorium of posts has technically been lifted. And 8.3, Stats SA has embarked in the process of the organizational review in 2020-21 financial year due to the consideration of reducing government wage bill. And the committee noted Stats SA progress in the implementation of the organizational structure and the repositioning of the department to respond to a rapidly changing environment, which requires a new approach on how the department conducts its business. Then 8.4, with an additional allocation on compensation of employees' budget, Stats SA has to prioritize balancing its employment equity targets by ensuring capable women are promoted to senior management position and 2% of people living with disabilities. And Stats SA has to commit to a certain percentage of the employment of youth in the department. And vacancy rate of 18% has to be drastically reduced by undertaking a recruitment drive to strengthen its workforce. In 8.5, the committee noted that Stats SA will continue with its research to assess different funding models for the department due to experience continuing resource constraints. Okay, let me read this. The committee noted that Stats SA will continue with its research to assess different funding models for the department due to experience continuing resource constraints. And then 8.6, since 2015, Stats SA has never conducted income and expenditure survey due to budget shortfall over subsequent financial years. And the committee noted that the National Treasury has provided Stats SA with an additional budget of 206 million to conduct income and expenditure survey, which will assist the country's planning in terms of understanding poverty levels and developing appropriate intervention to alleviate the poverty and to alleviate them. And 8.7, the committee noted that Stats SA has been allocated an additional amount, and the committee noted that Stats SA has been allocated an additional amount or additional budget of 105 million for the post-generation survey. 8.8, the committee noted that Stats SA, together with the Ministry of the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, were finalizing the amendment to the Statistics Act to drive statistical coordination in the country. And the committee noted in 8.9, the committee noted that since February 2022, Stats SA has been in the process of collecting data for Census 2022. And census is used as a tool to ensure accountability and evidence-based to inform the national policy, planning, and budget allocation. And the committee noted challenges encountered during collection of Census 22, among which include inaccessibility of household, more particularly in affluent than in gated communities, especially in the gated communities. And then 8.10, the committee noted that Census 2022 project was further extended in the Western Cape province, as there was a substantial number of households that had not yet participated in the census project. However, the Statistician General, together with the ministry, has engaged the province to encourage members of the public in the province to participate in Census 2022. And Stats SA was optimistic the situation will improve after national intervention through provincial leadership. And then 8.11, Stats SA, together with the Minister of the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, have approved the National Treasury for additional funding for the activities to fund extended Census 2022 project. Something here, Honorable. Yeah, there's something here, yeah, Honorable. Yeah. Stats SA, together with the Minister of Planning and Monitoring Evaluation, have approached the National Treasury for additional funding for the activities to fund extended census 2022 project. Thanks, Honorable.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, and then 8.12. State SA has concluded its census 2022 project in 8 provinces and is in a process of revising logistics such as fleet and devices used by the enumerators or field workers. Or reversing, not revising, reversing, sorry. State SA has completed its census 22 project in 8 provinces and is in a process of reversing logistics such as fleet and devices used by the enumerators, or field workers. And then, however, State SA has indicated that if households in provinces where census has been concluded still want to participate, enumerators will be allowed to collect data for such incidents and up until the census would be declared officially closed. And 8.13, the committee welcomed and noted integration of statistical and geospatial information by ensuring collaboration between geospatial experts and statisticians. And digital transformation reduces the cost of data collection and improves turnaround time of the production of results. 8.11, the development of the integrated indicator framework was welcomed by the committee. An integrated indicator framework is a network of various data systems, institution technological resources, human resource, and partnership based on shared principles that are interoperable and interconnected. And an interconnected system is to improve efficiency and accountability and accessibility of the government various services. With regard to the recommendations, the Portfolio Committee recommends that Statistics South Africa, through the Minister in the Presidency for Planning Monitoring, gives attention to the following activities. Statistics South Africa should expeditiously finalize and table amendments of the Statistics Act of 1999 to drive statistics reform in the country timelessly to Parliament. The amendment of the Act should firmly respond to the evolving environment with particular emphasis on statistical coordination and the data revolution and statewide statistical service and institutional arrangements. And 9.2, vacancy rate of 18% has to be drastically reduced by undertaking a recruitment drive to strengthen departmental workforce in order to continue producing quality and reliable and timely statistics for the nation and international world. With regard to 9.3, State SA should, through additional allocation on compensation of employee budget, prioritize balance its employment equity targets by ensuring capable women are appointed to senior management positions, including 2% of people living with disabilities. And 9.4, State SA should commit to a certain percentage of youth being employed in the department. And 9.5, State SA should move with speed in conducting income and expenditure survey, which was last conducted in 2015, having been allocated additional resources for the project in order to assist the country planning in terms of understanding socioeconomic challenges resulting into poverty. And continuing unemployment rate signal that poverty level needs to be urgently addressed by both public and the private sector. 9.6, State SA should leverage the use of technology such as computer-assisted personal interviews and computer-assisted telephone interviews, which has drastically reduced cost of collecting the data and timeless production of results. And State SA should ensure that an integrated indicator framework, which is a network of various data systems, corroborate or support the development indicators administered by the Department of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation.